You're live. Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to, well, the European Championship of watching how bleach Bitcoin can get. And I'm looking at the cowboy next to me. He's getting pretty bleach, huh?
Well, it's surely looking good for your short, buddy.
Oh yeah, my short is looking impeccable. As you can see right now, I realized 198k in profits, and I still have a running of 940,000 as of now, and we breached 69k. We're below.
What's the next stop for you, Chento?
68. I honestly don't see a lot of reasoning. No, 6. I think the next level for me that is significant is 67.7-ish. Look at how immediately that buy-up and that influx is being pressured down again.
Yep,
look at Flow X.
Gone. So
I don't think they're liquidating enough right now. Oh, look at that pressure house on the 30-second time frame. Listen, if the stock markets also open down, it's gonna be problematic. It's gonna be legitimately problematic. We have no significant news. Let's check out the liquidations. 34 million in the last hour, 625 million in the last 24 hours. I've seen them do 850 million on a Saturday. This could be one of those days where it's going to be crazy liquidations. Listen, it's simple. Asia has been pressuring down. London has been pressuring down. And as a rule of thumb, if Asia and London both pressure down, there's a 74% chance that New York is going to pressure down as well. Feels like such a controlled move down. Bitcoin doesn't have those insane violent red candles anymore. Yeah, it looks like it's more controlled. Is this pre-recorded stream? No.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, this is pre-recorded.
Pre-recorded live.
Yeah. Like minus 30% candles. Bro, when have you ever seen the market do minus 30% candles? I'm asking for a friend.
It's been quite a while.
Yeah, it's been like never.
Oh.
What confluences do you look for before entering a trade? I want to see volume, I want to see liquidity, and it has to react at one of my levels. That's basically most of the confluence I'm looking for. This is a pretty decent buyback.
Yeah,
that's a decent candle.
They get smacked down about here.
0.35%. I think we might retest a little higher. 69.2.
220.
So yeah, it's not looking good. Congrats on the short. Thanks, Baxter. Don't give us money, make us money makers. Well, that's what I'm trying to do for the last half a year. But yeah, I'm pulling up to the band office today. Is that a threat? High time frame bear flag broken down on that. If you're still trading bear flags, you're oh well.
You're cooked, buddy.
You're cooked. But yeah, we are in a downtrend. Listen, the thing is, and I tried to explain it as well. Okay, let me give you guys some explanation on why trend lines don't work, right? And this might clarify for a lot of people why that my perception is completely different. Okay, so let me go to a slightly higher time frame where not everything looks like it's going to absolute shit. Well, it is going to absolute shit. Okay, then I guess I have to take a different. Okay, so people that are drawing trend lines and using trend lines, right? They take a low and they just be like, oh man, that's the hold here, and if it holds here, it's going to a fucking gazillion or something. Same as from the highs, as soon as there's a breakout, then I don't know, somewhere here it has to break out and has to remain above, right? But the thing is, the market doesn't accumulate in a method where an uptrend or a downtrend gets you money. So how does the market build money? The market builds money at levels. And a level is always horizontal. The market cannot allocate money to this uptrend or a downtrend or whatever. As long as there's a trend line, and even on higher time frames with, I don't know, weekly, monthly, whateverness, right? Same as this downtrend might be an easier example. So let's say this is your downtrend, right? It's not even being tested. It's not even being whatever on what time frame. This line here, how does this accumulate? Let's say it goes from here back to this line, right? So from here it goes here. Then why should there be money here? Because a market never non-horizontally accumulates. Neither does it accumulate vertically. You guys get what I'm saying? For a market to collect money, it has to spend time in a range. And time spent in a range is always horizontal. So money is built at a level or at an area. And every line that I'm drawing in any other direction than horizontal, how can it have any bearing? How can it have any confluence? The area is not previously tested because the 0 point of that line changes. This line can be tested. Why? Because it always has the same 0 point. This line is always at 71.8. If I look over a year, if I look now, if I look back for a year, it's always at 71.8. And that for me is the reason why that trend lines don't work. Is that clear? I see everyone is quiet.
But what about Fibonacci?
Well, Fibonacci is... The thing is, Fibonacci is also something that everyone draws on this chart, right? Let me find it. I probably have it somewhere. So if I draw Fibonacci and I draw it here, well, then I have all the points, right? So the 618 should be back at 77k. This should be somewhere. And I can have all these points, but everyone is drawing the same Fibonacci. So it's taking the standard Fibonacci's like, what is it? The 618, the 0.3. Everyone's there. If everyone is there, why would the market not slightly overshoot it? Because everyone has the same entry. Everyone has the same exit. Everyone's seeing the same stuff. This market looks at one thing. And theoretically, you could see it indeed, as Chad is saying, as a support and resistance. Why? Because it has to find support or it has to find resistance through a level. And I would go back to simple support and resistance trading because this market is interested in one thing and one thing only. Liquidating everyone. And during liquidations, what does the market need for liquidations? Money. So what does it do? It hunts for money. And it's looking for money. And again, money can only accumulate by being in a certain range. Which point has the most money? A point that's doing this constantly? Right? So it's building a trend like this. This will have money. Why? Because markets spend X amount of time in this range. If I start drawing trend lines and the lines go like this, how can a market make money if it's doing this? How can this trend line have any bearing whatsoever? Because look, where did price spend more time? Did it spend more time on the left? So on this kind of structure or in these kind of levels where it keeps on coming back to? Okay, tell me, what has a higher value? This one? This line here? Because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times here? Or any random point here? Why should this trend line, after being here, go back here? Why should this hold? There's fucking nothing. There's absolutely nothing. So what happens then is from here it goes back to here because this holds value. Oh, everyone is half out and it just scams you out of a position. A trend line could potentially be used as a confluence. It could be used as an addition together with Fibonacci, but it's never something that moves the market. A Fibonacci drawn tool is never gonna move the market. It's not how people position, it's not how institutions trade. Have you ever seen if you watch the movie The Wolf of Wall Street, do you see numbers and lines or do you see a fucking trend line?
Definitely not a trend line.
Yeah, exactly.
Chento, one of our inquisitive viewers is asking, what exactly is a support?
A support is a level that has been successfully retested on a time frame that has any meanings. I've seen people chart out the 1 minute time frame. If you're charting out the 1 minute time frame, go and play roulette.
Gladly.
Yeah, you might even make more money on it. Everything under the 4 hour never had any time to accumulate and never had any time to have any real meaning or any real bearing. Unless it's something crazy. And with crazy, I mean it's the Christmas holidays or whatever, because then there's just a complete liquidity void. In any other circumstances, forget about anything under the 4 hours. The minute is fine for scalping. But entries, what people shouldn't forget is that it's in the end, it's about the levels that hold money and hold confluence and hold conviction. If I go to the daily, this level here, this bottom, I can tell you right now that there's a 100% chance that this line right here at the 65,885 is gonna do something. Why? Because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 taps on a daily level.
16 is a lot.
The amount of money that is accumulated here is unreal. Absolutely unreal.
And what's resting just below that, you think?
More money. So guys, finding entries at the 1 minute or the 5 minute is not an issue. Especially not for getting conviction, staying in a trade, or getting a complete understanding.
But,
all right.
Chento, what about order blocks? What about supply and demand?
It's theoretically the same, but I look at dwell time. And I look at how much time the market actually spent at a certain point. It's hard to see the levels number, Chento. What is support? Support is a level that successfully holds on a given time frame the price. So this is support. Why? It goes into it, it tests it, and it shifts out. It goes into it again, it holds it, and it shifts out. This one here, held here. This one, held as well. So I'm thinking about even removing this line on the daily. Why? Because it doesn't really hold, but here it held, you know? This one had a lot less bearing. I think we can take the 69.7k out. I will regret this later. Why? Because that's probably the level it's gonna do something on. I'm telling you. You could even add 66.5 in between here. I think I'm gonna do that, especially on the 4 hour.
Liquidity and volume indicator on TradingView, Chento.
None. Go to flowx.trade.
Yeah, that one pre-fired, man.
I'm not convinced about this either. Thing is, it's making the highs here, but this is consolidation, and this is not too big of a range to actually even... This is a tricky range, man. I know it's 2% range, but it's tricky.
Chento, to continue your TED Talk, can you please talk about the different market maker playbook moves and how to recognize them before they play out?
So I added a new line now.
New line just dropped, guys.
Yeah, a new line just dropped. Oh, up for 950,000 big ones. Sing hallelujah. Sorry. Market maker playbooks. Different market maker playbook moves and how to recognize them before they play out. Bro, if I knew that, I was a fucking gazillionaire. But the thing is, you can see what they're doing in terms of trapping liquidity, right? Look at the highs that this move actually made on the 4 hours. I could tell you before that we were not going to 84k. Why? Because there's a candle at the high, rejection into the previous level. Candle at the high, rejection into the previous level. Candle at the high, but everything is lower high, lower high, lower high. The first real move that I could tell you that it was going to break down is this one. And why? Because it's also at the entry of my short. It's the first red candle at the highs. These candle, the highest points, still have green. So as long in the current algorithm and in the current setting of the market makers, as long as there's a green wick to the top side, it might revisit the level. As soon as there's an exponential candle on the top where the wick turns red, it has a very, very, very high probability of being the end of an uptrend. As, well, stated pretty obvious.
Chento, you said that you could tell us that it wasn't going to go to 84, but I'm pretty sure you did tell us on stream that it wasn't going to go to 84.
That it wasn't or was?
That it was not.
Yeah, I told you that it wasn't going to go to 84.
And yet, I'm pretty sure some people were still long.
Yeah. You know, someone got to pay my short.
Like the danger. The danger was long.
Yeah. Same thing is happening now with for longs. Yeah, sort of. To be honest, Chento inspired me to stop making trading content. We will collab in the future. I can't even see a picture, but yeah, let's see. I'm hoping for it. I'm expensive, but no, just kidding. Really good info. The trader with big money. Bro, big money is earned and created. It's not given. So I think that the next feasible level where we could see something is this mid-range at 68.4. I don't think that this top level is gonna hold. It shouldn't because, well, I got bills to pay. But yeah, it's looking pretty bleak across the board. Let me get the indicators on, see what they're saying. Listen, this market has been pretty hard to trade for the last month and a half. Why? Because we were trapped in the range. And what people shouldn't forget is that this is finally, for the first in, well, I think over a month even, that we're back below the 70k. The last time we were here, get out of my fucking screen. Last time we've been here was April 7th. So we're back at the April 7th level, and it's not really looking like it's gonna reverse from here pretty soon. Listen, these imposed moves is what we're seeing here on the 4 hour, with this amount of pressure, with completely disregarding any volume and any, well, significant hold or bounce levels. It's bleach. On Sunday evening, I was the one that said, as long as we're below 74.4, which for me is, that's why it's white. The differentiator between bullish and bearish, sayonara, people. Saya freaking nada. And now we're moving exponentially and aggressively away from the EMA at the 4 hour yet again, with the cloud turning bearish. And I can even tell you when the indicator turned bearish as well. The indicator turned bearish at 75.4. And since then, it's pretty much downwards on any given time frame.
Any given time frame.
A post-only option is a setting for limit orders that guarantees your trade will only be placed in the order book as a maker and will never be executed immediately as a taker. What do you want me to comment on that? Or is that just a piece of information you would like to have?
Someone else was asking about post-only limits. There's a snake in my boot.
That Faker was trolling, but I should have learned. Who?
Oh, the guy that always says dump it.
Oh yeah.
Gen chat. If you guys want Chento to get sunglasses for the stream, we have to hit 150 likes on this. Yesterday, we attempted to get my mouse, my ergonomic mouse, and we just didn't hit the goal. Chento kept moving the goalposts. I think it just might not be in the budget right now. But
what can I say? Have you seen the market?
If we get to 150, I will get Chento some sunglasses for the stream.
Yeehaw! Are you feeling better? Are you ready to yeehaw for the stream?
Where can you long? I wouldn't advise a long this current price. I'll tell you that.
I know what you just put on me. Possible to post dwell blocks level in the Discord? Bro, have you read my corner? Have you seen my Discord?
Chento, we have somebody in the inner circle posting a lot of trend lines.
Yeah, kick him.
We may have to address that.
Yeah, if you go back, building swing from here to 78k region, TP 48. You can legitimately see 69.2, 69.7, 70.5, 71.8, 73.2, 74.4, 75.4, 76.1. You can legit see every dwell block I created until this level. Listen, you can't push a rule, buddy.
Uchiha, you might be onto something. You guys, let me know if you guys want me to do a 100k to 10k challenge.
What? A
Start.
100k to 10k?
Oh yeah.
Bro. That's so mental. Why do I feel like my earpiece is... I think my earpiece is cricket. But I appreciate your corner in the Discord shows all the way to 69.2, but under it doesn't show. Okay, buddy, my apologies for not keeping you imminently updated for free. I'll do better, I promise. Please forgive me.
No, not 10k to 100k. I'll do 100k to 10k. GM Rodriguez. It's my specialty.
No, we have another guy that is way better at it than you.
Yeah, we do.
But who's that? King Azuli?
No. My...
Head of logistics.
Yeah.
What is the name of the indicators you use? Someone's asking, Chento.
They're not available yet. If you sign up for VIP in our Discord, you're gonna have them pretty soon. It's the liquidity indicator, it's the Chento on top. Go to live control room, quick edit customization, check automate captions and save it. It takes 5 seconds and won't interrupt the live. Thank you so much. What the fuck are you talking about?
It's because somebody requested auto captions because they don't speak English. So it'll auto translate to their language.
Chento, can I get a moderator job in the Discord?
Bruce Wynn. I don't know if I trust that name.
Bruce Wayne, but pretending.
Yeah, it's like Tammy Bruce Wayne.
What's the best breakfast for maximum P&Ls? I'll tell you right now, from witnessing Chento's lifestyle, his morning routine, it's chocolate cookies. Chocolate cookies and iced mochas.
Yeah, can I have the iced tea, please? And a bit of iced tea. What were you doing before trading? I was an astronaut. And before being an astronaut, I was in counterterrorism. And before that, no, that's King Azuli shit.
Before that, he was a cowboy.
No, I had an AI company specialized in lighting. And after that, I was CEO at 2bit, and then in between and before I was trading. Oh, we're pumping a bit here, huh?
I sure hope not.
No, would be bad. Shame. Can I have the iced tea? Thank you, buddy. How old are you, Chento the Cowboy? The Cowboy's 49 and I'm 57.
Yeehaw.
No, I'm 29.
I'm 27.
I need to check something.
Vic
Why is ETH holding
No.
so well? ETH really hasn't moved much, huh? Look at ETH. ETH is a fucking stablecoin. And if anyone is wondering how old Victoria is, Vic is overdue. Vic, why do you want to be included so bad that you start typing a wrong birthday in the chat by yourself?
It's called advertisement.
Yeah, are you advertising yourself? Guys, apparently Vic is desperately looking for a husband. I think a biological clock is kicking in at this point. So please send applications to Vic. It's 𝗩𝗃𝗃_78 here.
Yes.
And where do you see extra additionals for short?
Go on, Vic.
I don't know yet.
Angela
I think
is doing well today.
the only interesting level for me to add would be 70.5. But on the other hand, if we go back to 70.5, I don't know if I still find it interesting. Five minutes to open. In 4 seconds, yes. 2, 1. Per minute. Oh, that's a pretty interesting first 5-second candle. But yeah, we are in very dangerous territory still. I think that we could see... Listen, things can get nasty really quick. And imagine if there doesn't come a peace deal. I think that even Uncle Donald cannot really revamp this market right now. I think that even Ung is cooked.
I think you're seriously underestimating the power of a single tweet.
You think I'm underestimating Ung?
Yeah.
Uncle
He could
Donald
affect
had a fall.
billions.
He scans.
You think a pullback to 70? Well, seeing as we're below 70, we can't really pull back to it.
It's a pull up to 70.
Yeah. Maybe your chart is inverted. That would explain so. One giant green candle changes everything. Yeah, so does one giant red candle, buddy. Thanks for your insight.
Yeah.
Okay, Bruce, when you have already sent that message exactly as it is.
So, you want to build capital. You're too lazy to get a real job. So you're just begging us for money without any credentials, without any previous experience, or that we even before knew you. You know what, Bruce Wayne? I'm trying to build my own capital as well. Can you send me money for just sitting here?
Good morning.
And then I'm the rude one. The audacity, man.
The audacity.
Audacity. Wait for October to start loading into BTC spot. You're welcome.
Now loaded in at 48K.
So what do you want now? A thank you note? Yeah, I'm on fire today. Test me. I'll send some cookies.
That's a tempting one for Chento.
Yeah. Can I have cookies? Big green dildo in tray? I doubt it. I'm skeptical. What's Dixie doing? Dixie's also just fucking around and finding out, huh? Bitcoin just slightly hovering around here. Again, this might turn ugly really soon.
Yo.
I'm so curious to see if the stock markets are gonna make a new all-time high yet again, because that seems to be the trend, you know. Trying to build via breakout prop firm, the rest is hold blew a lot of accounts before. I think that Breakout is one of the perfect places to build it. We have been partnered with them for a month now, and we already have over 50,000 in payouts to the community, which is epic. By the way, guys, if you enjoy the content and we do everything for free, as you guys know, it costs nothing. Prove me that you guys have working hands, and yeah, press the like button. Comments are childish? You mean our comments, or Chento, can you adopt me, please? Depends. Send me your credentials.
Cam's frozen. It's happening on mine as well.
Is it fixed now?
Let's see. I'm shifting my head. It's jumping. It's jumping.
Why can't we ever have nice things? it's DXY and Bitcoin inverse. Normally it is. It might have some latency, but normally the case is gold up, Bitcoin up, stocks up, Bitcoin up, DXY up, everything down. Euro up, Bitcoin down.
We have a proposition from the chat. Like, comment, subscribe, and donate to get John a new keyboard today.
Bro, I'll get you a keyboard. What's wrong? Yeah, but donate. We're not taking donations. What are we? Fucking charity.
Oh.
And New York is open. NASDAQ gapping up. Wait, what? No, it gapped down. I was afraid that I just read plus 0.6%.
Good afternoon, New York. Well, it's actually the morning in New York, so it's good morning, New York.
Yeah. Thanks, Vic.
Yes, we're missionary fund. 501(c) coming soon. As our head of logistics in the chat, guys, feel free to donate. We can actually get him a salary soon.
Yeah. And it appears he saw an elephant today. And we're not talking about his travel companion.
And a lion I saw as well.
Yeah. Oh, the stock markets are reacting bad and Bitcoin is reacting interesting.
Bitcoin does as Bitcoin does.
Yeah. The enigma. I expect it to search for the lows yet again. Chento, can I give you 100?
You can take that 100 over to breakout if you'd like.
Listen, honestly, I don't need your money, man. You can use our links to trade on. That's how we pay the team and how we make an effort. But I appreciate it, but there's not really.
Will you be doing live trading as the title suggests? If the market gives.
I think I'm in a pretty decent trade.
You can't force another trade. You know, you
can't push a rope.
You can't push a rope. That's a great one. I like that.
Yeah. First 5 minutes is pretty tame. Actually, it's not pretty tame. It's really damn tame. You're about to dump hard, shorts loaded. Okay, buddy. Nostradamus in the chat. Listen, I am live trading. I give every trade I take, I publicly post. But as you can see, we're in the middle of two areas, smack that on 69k. So if you want to take a trade right here, you might want to get a coin, flip it, and do heads or tails.
Yeah, 𝗙𝗃, everything we do here is free. The Discord is free. VIP is free. Even, there's another group that's free. It's called the Inner Circle.
Yes.
If you're interested in learning more about the Inner Circle, go ahead and send me a DM on Discord. It's john.sx. For the applications, what we require is a 50k allocation towards trading and 5 million monthly volume.
It consists of more close connection. It's a WhatsApp group with like-minded people. Even the systems are going down here. Mm-hmm. A group with like-minded people, like-minded individuals who are all trading larger capital that we're doing a lot of fun stuff together with. What's happening? Judah!
I don't know if he's awake yet. You know, lit is looking pretty heavy right now.
It's set at 1.31.
Yeah.
How the hell is that thing still there?
So you want me to post in the Discord about it?
What?
Why?
No, you can do it.
I'm good, yeah.
Tudor's awake.
Nothing's loading on my side.
I'll try as well. Flow X.
Yo, what's up, guys? Can I get in a nutshell of what we're thinking? I think it's going to be insanely bleach. If the stock markets keep on going down as they are right now, it's not looking good. S&P down, Dow Jones is up again. You can't make this
I'm
up.
telling you, that's just, it's an inverse. Inverse correlation, my friend.
It's not looking good for Bitcoin.
Mine's not loading either. Oh, there we go. And it's back.
Might be my internet.
My trade feed is not working.
I have something.
Oh, there it is.
We are experiencing some technical difficulties. Please hang on. Yeah, we're building so much in the background right now that sometimes I think the databases get a slight overload. South African Wi-Fi going to at least 59k this month.
XLM short looking good, someone says. The action tour is for a summation down.
Yeah. Please fasten your seatbelt. It's gonna be a bumpy ride.
South Africa Wi-Fi. That's yeah. Yeah, you're about
They
right.
got me, man. They got us.
Where can I take profit from my short?
4k. No. I take profits on nibbles in between, like 5 to 10%, whatever. Listen, where we are currently, we drop below 70k. It's not a bad gig to take some profit here. Not gonna lie. Like, look at it. We're dumping toward. We're at 68.8. It's you can't go broke taking profits. You cannot go broke taking profits.
Unless you click the wrong button.
Yeah,
That
I don't want to talk
yesterday.
about it.
Yeah.
𝗓𝗡 network fine. Techno difficulties. That's pretty
Techno.
funny.
Yeah, I like that, buddy.
Possible bounce.
67720 is what I have as a.
I have
potential area.
677. And I have a mid range of 68.45. But let's be honest, as long as the stock markets are going down as well. You wanna see a joke?
Sure. Oh. Oh wow. It's the same thing, just a different color.
Bro, you cannot make this up.
Which way are we going? Yes.
The Dow Jones is an absolute joke. It's pretty hilarious, but oh, NASDAQ is dumping. Listen, guys, if NASDAQ is not pulling up, it's gonna be bad. NASDAQ is probably the only, if NASDAQ and S&P start rolling here, which it's sort of starting to look like, it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be really, really bad. Because yesterday with green American stock markets, we still dumped.
America mentioned.
Hmm?
Said America mentioned.
USA.
Don't get me started.
No, that's true. I forgot. Bumpy.
The daily chart is awful on BTC. That's
Publicly 1 million profit. I've never seen it like that.
you must have missed the 500k to 5 million challenge.
I was just about to say he probably missed the other 4.5. Oh man, I think Bitcoin is gonna look for new lows. Listen, the liquidations, even though it's pretty steep, right? 600 million in the last 24 hours, but the last 4 hours only 55 million, and the last 12 is 350. It's not that, you know, this might sound rude, but I think Bitcoin can do worse. It can do more damage.
I agree.
And I think it's about to. I might have to open a little long hedge at 68.5.
I'll tell you what's not looking good.
What?
Our quant's long. Look at that ETH chart.
What's ETH doing?
1971 right here on this one.
ETH is not dumping that bad yet. I think ETH is holding up its own pretty nicely.
I think if it loses this, it's... See you later. Go look at the daily.
Oh. NASDAQ is pushing forward. NASDAQ is pushing down. This is not good for Bitcoin.
But it's great for your P&L.
Oh, my P&L is loving it. This is, guys, I think we could potentially, and then we're gonna keep it really tight. We could have a snap at this, but again, the gaps are so big. Then it has to be really, really, really short risk managed. I don't even like it here, to be honest, in the mid-range. The only thing that would make sense for me to take now is 67.7 back to here, and then we can have a little bit of wiggle room with 1 to 3 RR risk, or 1 to 5. I'm not taking any longs under 1 to 5. So this is the only long I would currently be interested in. I can't see the liquidation stacking up yet. There's not that much liquidity that they're eating. NASDAQ is, oh my god.
Weird.
Can we have a moment of silence for our fallen one?
And we're back.
And we're back.
All right.
Dow Jones is doing, I don't know, minding its own business, I guess. S&P is not looking that bad. I think that the correlation between S&P and Bitcoin is increasing. So if S&P starts bouncing, Bitcoin might start bouncing as well. It would be fair to see some relief here.
I don't want to see no fib talk in the chats, okay? Don't want to see that.
Keep an eye on this pullback on 66618. Bro, that's
bad numbers.
That's 2,300 away. You're talking about almost 4%.
Keep an eye at 4% down.
Yeah, so you're basically saying that keep an eye on...
He's just looking at that support level.
So if we dump another 3.15% for the day,
jobs data in 20 minutes.
Semi-insignificant.
I know you don't trade altcoins, but altcoins keep running smooth, running mostly. When do you think they will dump?
Yes.
Soon enough.
They have to. I think that S&P is probably pushing back. You see, S&P and NASDAQ are pushing back. Dow Jones does whatever the fuck it wants.
Bad jobs data equals rate cuts. Quick maths.
2 plus 2 is 4.
Clip that one.
Keep an eye out for the next 4% dump, by the way.
What about hype? Yeah,
there's a lot of hype about it.
I longed that one on the way up. That was a fun one.
How is your XLM doing?
Well, that's not mine. That's our quant's XLM.
How is XLM looking?
I wonder if our quant is in the chat right now. We have two quants. We have the mountain quant and we have
the mountain quant.
We have the baddie quant. XLM looks done.
I don't think this rate cut's coming, guys. I hate to be the bringer of bad news, but it's...
Oh my gosh, XLM almost tapped 30 cents. This was our quant's short right here.
I think your quant has been called for margin multiple times. When can short hype? Whenever you want, just keep an eye on your email.
Inge. Oh man, I haven't heard that name in years.
66.9 should pump a little. Guys, why are you 66.9 should pump a little? Where are you guys aiming? Listen, I think 72 should reject as well.
What are your thoughts on shorting this with like 3x leverage?
What?
Yeah. No context given.
Yes.
Oh, look at that pump. Wow. 48K should pump. Now you're onto something.
Yeah.
Everyone looking at 618 fib. Nobody's looking at 618 fib, brother.
So the Dow Jones is going down and the other two are going up. What is this? Yeah, I'm going to the toilet. Enjoy.
3x leverage, very safe. A 33% move to lick. It's because you don't drink water, dude.
Bro, I had a glass of water.
You didn't even finish your glass of water.
Leave me alone. I'm getting bullied.
You know, Chento's sort of like a woman. He just doesn't hydrate, then he complains about his headaches. Yeehaw. Yeah, you know, we probably will pump right now, and I'm going to have to manage his position. Look, guys, we're at 121 likes that I see here. Let me refresh. If we get to 150, we're going to get Chento some sunglasses. We're at 121. Let's get just 29 more likes. That's all I'm asking. Ooh, looks like we just swept liquidity there on the 5 second, and we just instantly dumped off of it. Can you change the music? Look, I don't even, if you ever see Chento with his earpiece in, it's because he listens to the music. I personally, I don't listen to the music. It's a little too overstimming for me. Blue block is for Chento. I think he does need that. Yeah, he tends to, you know, to stare at the screens all day. Yeah, smash the like button, guys. What do you tell a woman with 2 black eyes? Okay, buddy. Throw in the hat, dude. This is, look at this is a custom hat. I can't throw in the hat for 200. I got this hat custom in Tennessee with our chief of staff. He got one as well. Sentimental. And it was quite expensive. Trash music. Yeah, it's not my taste either, man. John, get me on Inner Circle. You have to apply to the Inner Circle. The Inner Circle application is sitting there in the welcome tab inside the Discord.
On YouTube, there's copyright issues. You can't play normal music anyways.
Yes, copyright issues on YouTube. Can't play normal music. It's got to be generic, unfortunately. Who are you, by the way, Mr. Mystery Cowboy?
His
No
name
comment.
is John. John Nick.
Don't touch my dog.
Yeah.
Sing for us.
I'm getting a raging headache, man. Same as yesterday. I went to bed at, I think, what was it, 8? Because I had a migraine. I'm getting the same migraine for free again today.
Look, when Chento doesn't want to go out and eat prawns, you know there's something wrong with him. There's something, he's real down bad. Because that guy will never say no to prawns.
What can I say? I like my prawns.
Drink water. VicP_78 says. Or Wasser. Peeled prawns. Yes, peeled prawns is his favorite.
If you want to be a successful trader, you need at least 10 prawns a day. I don't make the rules. So is NASDAQ and S&P actually going to have another positive day today? That would be completely wild.
Maybe a neck issue, my friend. Lots of screen time.
How much stress does trading give you in general? I think I'm exposed to a fairly healthy amount of stress. What do you think? That I am exposed to a lot of stress?
I think Chento just needs to take a chill pill. She needs to relax, you know? I think the techno music definitely doesn't help. You know, he needs something.
I don't know, I can't even hear it.
Low and slow. That's what he needs. Is not time for a bounce to 74.3. Is not much liquidity under correct mate. Sure, buddy. You gotta work on your syntax a bit, but we'll get there.
I put on country.
Now we're talking. Oh yeah.
Still not much in the liquidation aspect. NASDAQ going up, Dow Jones coming down, S&P on the fence.
Go touch green grass. Well, we're currently in a short position.
Come eat some prawns in Mozambique.
I couldn't find
check my
Mozambique in
calendar.
an app. I think 57K might see it, but bro, you guys have listed every single price there is. One of you is bound to be right.
Might be a decent bounce zone.
Oh my gosh. This guy's got stat jokes for days, man.
The past, present, and future walked into a bar. It was tense.
What was potential hedge long?
I was looking at 60. I can't even read the numbers anymore. 68.45.
You know, to me, if you ask me, hedging is kind of like a stop loss. It just displays a lack of conviction, a lack of confidence, you know?
Who told you that? Shenzhou?
He did. Shenzhou.
It's a pretty nice country swing, by the way. Bro, I can't even read the numbers on my screen anymore.
15K might see a bounce. I like where your head's at,
I
man.
think the CME gap at 9. Bro, what did Dwell Block say? Short. If NASDAQ reverses this candle, we can get Bitcoin at the thrift shop. I'm not even lying.
We should do a thrifting stream. We'll get you some cowboy stuff, man.
I'm not a fan of elevator music. That's nice. Thank God it's country.
Oh, you gotta read the rest of this thing. This guy's got another dad joke.
Where?
I'm not a fan of elevator music. It's bad on so many levels. No, Siraj, do not laugh, bro. Do not laugh.
Bro, Siraj, you've been giving a yellow card. Yellow card.
Gosh.
Where's your trades? I don't know Chento. Do you know Chento?
Chento.
Never heard of. No clue.
Do not watch out for 15K. 15K will not bounce.
No, 50.
Lower.
So here's my trade. I'm up 986,000 with 198,000 realized.
Yeah.
And then now I have in the futures account 2,980,000.
Clearly, we need a GoFundMe for Chento here.
Yeah, can we start a GoFundMe, please? Because this is it's not really cutting it anymore.
All right, Vic is glazing. We need to make this into a cooking show.
Mistakes. Yeah, guys, hit the like button. Oh, NASDAQ is slightly retracing.
Guys, in preparation for whenever the market just becomes boring again with no movement, we're taking stream recommendations for alternatives to just sitting here and watching New York open and do nothing.
I don't know if I'm ready to ask this chat for recommendations.
I am. Only 9 likes missing for glasses on Chento. Yeehaw. Love this music. Run it back. Gamble on kick. I like the music today, someone says.
I have to clean him, can't see shit. Maybe that improves my drill.
Yeah, he's wearing sunglasses because the future's too bright for him. Yeehaw.
Oh my god. When's the Porsche coming? Whenever I'm home. I need to go buy one. Can't really buy a Porsche in South Africa. Well, it could, but then there's a steering wheel on the wrong side.
Chaos, you're banned from recommendations. And so is Johnny. Oiled Chento stream.
Wait, what?
Oiled Chento stream. Please, he says.
I bet Chento is good at blackjack. Oh man. I'm as good at blackjack as you are at trading. Probably get completely rinsed.
What about a stream of replying to all of Chento's hate posts? That would be a good one.
That would be epic.
I get to see that live all the time. It's a good time.
Facts.
Is this guy your partner in trading?
He's my quant. No, he is the general manager of ZachXBT. He's my quant. Can I say?
I'm the final boss Discord mod.
Yeah. He's him.
You mess with the bull, you get the hat.
You had that one logged and loaded, huh?
Oh yeah.
You mess with the bull, you get that. It's always better than a ditzy blonde, right?
Always better than a ditzy blonde. When Dow Jones down Jones. Bars. When are you going back home, Chento? Someone's asking.
I prefer not to disclose.
Just to hold it tight, she slips right through my hand.
Okay.
And lighting. Yeah. Yeah. That's rough. That one is rough.
Yeah, that one could use a little.
It's about an AI lighting company could be and lighting. Yellow card for you as well, sir.
A bit of
yellow
polishing
card.
there.
Yellow card.
Oh, here we go. If we get a little breakdown here, it'd be nice, but probably just gonna keep doing that. Requesting Pocket Full of Sunshine because it's your favorite song.
I can't do requests. Chento, when is the next Blowfin trading competition? I will ask him.
There is one live right now that is non-exclusive, which we do need a bit of a volume kick to get in the top 3 there.
Yeah, we do. But we're dumping more.
Wonderful.
You cannot make this up on the NASDAQ.
What about Dow Jones? Just for
Since when do they inverse?
For Tracy entire pump. Let's go.
It's very simple. Bitcoin has a severe case of gravitational pull, and I'm getting a really bad headache. So I think the only options where we can bounce is 68.4 and after that it's 67.7. Then this is how the trade would look. We've been streaming for an hour. I'm calling it a day. Yeah. When bull market, please help. Bear market for XLM, please. Bro, you're quantitatively fucked. Hit the like button on the way out, and I catch you all tomorrow, guys.